name is Marlena and welcome to my home. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but today is actually my second baby's first birthday. So today is Friday and her party is going to be on Sunday. So the first cake that I made was for my oldest daughter's first birthday, which was a vanilla pound cake with with whipped cream frosting. And then for her second birthday, I did a 8-layer, 3-tier chocolate cake with a chocolate ganache between the layers and a chocolate buttercream frosting. And it turned out wonderful. Well, the same person that I got that recipe from, that chocolate cake recipe, is what I'm doing today's cake for my second daughter's first birthday, which is going to be a vanilla cake. So we're going to be doing a vanilla tall cake with buttercream frosting. This will be my third ever cake that I've made. I'm very excited. I am a little nervous, but also it's only my third cake, so if it ends up looking absolutely horrible, oh well. So I'm going to be doing 2 batches of this. We're going to be doing an 8-inch, I don't know how many layers yet, maybe 6 layers. Now, yesterday I went ahead and I did 1 batch, and I have the 4-inch layers right here. I am thinking of maybe doing one of these and just icing it for tonight, since today is her actual birthday, and we'll just celebrate with a little tiny cake for just us and our little family. And then the other 2 are going to be layered and decorated for her. That way, for her birthday party, I will just put this cake down for her to have, and then everyone else will share the big cake, which, again, I don't know how many layers it's going to be yet. We'll see. So I'm going to stick these back in the freezer, and we'll go ahead and start mixing up for the cake. One of the things that I really like about this recipe is that you literally just put the ingredients in order, and that's it. So we're going to start with 375 grams of all-purpose flour. This is also the very first video that I am filming in our new home. For those who missed it, we downsized from, I think it was 1,300, it was either 1,300 or 1,500 square feet, a house, down to a camper, which in actual usable, like, living space is closer to 500, but it's between 500 and 600 if you add the loft. But right now the loft is just storage, so you get to decide if you count that or not. Alright, so that was the flour. Now we're going to add 600 grams of sugar. Still added too much. This recipe gives you the ingredients in both weight and measures. I have always been an absolute horrible baker. I love cooking, but when it comes to baking, most of the time I would just not. And then I started baking sourdough bread, which I do need to feed so that I can get some bread made. I did completely forget to preheat my oven. Luckily, it is a nice tiny oven now, and it preheats really quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and preheat this to 350. Back to making the batter. we're gonna add 10 grams of baking powder and 6 grams of salt. Now I'm going to go ahead and plug my mixer in. And we're going to get these dry ingredients all mixed together. Now the recipe calls for 1 cup or 226 grams of butter at room temperature, and we're going to blend this up until it kind of looks like sand. While we're waiting on this, I'm going to go ahead and measure out 240 grams of eggs. It does call for egg whites, and the first batch I made, I did use egg whites, but I don't really care if it ends up a little yellow, so I'm going to go ahead and use a whole egg. Now that this looks like sand, I'm going to go ahead and add my 240 grams of eggs. This ended up being 4 large eggs and 1 egg white. Now I'm going to measure out 360 grams of buttermilk, which should be about a cup and a half. Now we're going to add 30 grams of oil and 8 grams of vanilla extract. And this is a homemade vanilla extract. Now I'm just going to let this mix on low for a minute, and I'll go ahead and get the pans ready. Now I'm just going to divide this between these 2 pans, and both of them won't fit in the oven at the same time, so while I'm alternating cooking these, I'll go ahead and make the second batch of batter.
Okay, go ahead.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and stick this in the oven at 350 for about 25 minutes and check it. It is ready when a toothpick comes out with very few moist crumbs. The timer has now gone off. I cooked it for another 10 minutes, now it's up to 30. We're gonna go ahead and test it. Since we moved, I have not been able to find my stick tester, so we're using a thermometer. All right, this is good. Thank you. I was able to go ahead and flip this first layer out of the tin. I'm gonna go ahead and wash this, and our second one is just about ready to come out of the oven. I've also gone ahead and made our second batch, so I'll go ahead and fill this one and then get this one ready to go in when this one comes out. And then we will have our last layer after that. I also pulled a little bit this off of the sides, and it is very good. All right, the timer just went off, so I'm gonna go ahead and check this second one. I think this one can go for another just a few minutes. Since that one is almost done, I'm gonna go ahead and pour some of the second batch of batter into this pan. It is now the next day, and I completely forgot to set my butter out to get it to room temperature. So while it is getting ready, I have some frosting already made. So we're gonna go ahead and decorate hers for now, and then when the butter is ready, we'll go ahead and get the big cake ready. I am going to start by putting the icing just back into my mixer to help whip it up again. Now that we've finally gotten all of that out of the jar, I'm going to go ahead and soften this back up. I'm going to go ahead and grab some of this and put it down on this little cutting board. Go ahead and take this one and mash it down on this buttercream. I'm going to clean up a little bit of the edges off of this other one. And this is just a reminder, I don't make cakes. This is my third ever, well, I guess if you count the cake that I made last night as a separate cake, then this is my fourth cake. But it was from the same batch, so. Alright, I'm gonna stick this in the freezer for a little bit, and then I'll come back and I'll try to ice over this. Put the cutting board that I'll be using to actually have the cake on at the party just sitting on this so that it spins. We're gonna start with this one. We're gonna go ahead and make up some more frosting. So I have 2 cups of room temperature butter in here. I'm also gonna add in about 1 tablespoon of vanilla. Half of a teaspoon of salt. And then here I have 7 cups or 875 grams of powdered sugar, as well as a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. I'm gonna add half of the powdered sugar, then I'll add the heavy cream, and then I'll add the rest of the powdered sugar. Now that everything is in here, I'm just gonna let it go until it reaches the consistency that I want. This frosting is so light. I'm going to have this be the top of the cake, and this side needs to go right here. Trying to make it as level as I can. I'm really excited about it, but I'm also terrified. I'm gonna mess something up now. Alright. Feels insane to be doing the last of this right now. Or the first coat over the entire cake. Okay. Now to do the sides. Just thin layer. Icing, please.
Icing, please. Icing, please. Icing. Okay. Taking lemon cake.
All right, this I think is good.
A tasty. Mmm.
I think this is all that I'm gonna do with this. I would like to keep messing with it, but I'm worried that I'm gonna mess it up. I'm happy with the coloring on the sides and also this line at the top. So I did a lot better than I thought I would be able to do. So this is what the finished cake looks like, and I'm really excited about it.